playing 16-0 against Weekend Warriors. I don't know if that's a forfeit win or what have you, but they also beat Ambition. They beat Good People, and now they're up against GX included in here as well. GX's record sitting 7-1, as opposed to Mythic sitting 6-1. So both these teams are about even Steven throughout the season so far.
And someone's going home with a second loss tonight. Who's it going to be? In my opinion, I think Mythic might have this one. I think Mythic might have this.
It seemed like GX is a hit-or-miss team. I remember when they first started out, they were struggling against no-name teams, and then they play against Rise Nation and just stomp them. Anyways, pistol round starts. We'll see what they can do against a team like Mythic. They take the A site for no cost of anybody. Bomb being planted at the triple boxes. A 5-man full retake right now as they pop flash their way into connector. DaZeD just struggling to survive, but dapr's giving support. dapr's carrying the whole load of the team. 180-degree flick. adreN is able to knock down DaZeD. Barely able to. It's a 3-on-4 right now. Time is of the essence. The kit's been dropped somewhere, possibly by DaZeD in the connector, but it's only adreN left. He is in connector, and they know exactly where he's at. They're all starting to stare him down. They start to peek the angles. AZK sticking the bomb. Counts it out. 4 seconds left. It'll be a round for GX.
Trapped by Mythic. Unfortunately, dapr doing a great job there. Those 2 kills were huge for GX's retake situation. And they start off 1-0. Mythic, I do think they're going to go for a save here, try and get that bomb down, and then look to buy up fold next round.
Yeah, they got that bomb plant. There's no reason to buy here. Get your advantage as early as you can. So what it looks like they'll be up against is an assortment. Man, these new sounds. What was that? He broke the wood in the market, and it sounded everywhere. I don't know what happened. It was like inside my head. Anyways, Mythic looking to just do some damage to get another bomb plant if they can. They've done some damage. Now dapr picking up 2 kills with his MP9, coming up from underneath the underpass. And it looks like it's full-on aggression. Now it's going to be dapr all the way through the apartment, straight down Polen's throat. And now looking for Flum at range. But at 3 HP, yeah, he's not willing to repeat that and have to rebuy all that armor. He'll survive. They minimize their losses, and GX take the second as expected. But this is the real challenge. Did they really lose that M4? No, it's just been thrown down onto the ground for this round.
Yeah, and dapr did a good job. He picked up 3 kills with that submachine gun of his. So he netted himself a pretty good dollar figure into that eco round here. But coming now, we see Mythic. They do buy up. They have a good amount of smokes here. 3 remaining after that top mid smoke.
Flashes into the B apartments, but it does look like Mythic are still setting up for A's site. They've got a smoke blocking them, and Pollo on the other side of that smoke to soon make sure that these guys are relegated to the stairwell. Oh no, they've lost Pollo off the front line. Now Swag's a man on the run, ducking underneath. Only had a handful of bullets left. Luckily enough, was able to take 1 body with him. dapr shows up with an MP9, still doing damage from the round prior. 2 remain. Anger and Lex. You still have to put this bomb down, and Anger has DaZeD in right behind him on the other side of this. DaZeD, he passes like a ship in the night, so he'll be shot into the side. Anger weaseling his way into a position with a Molotov at the top of the stairs. They have somehow turned this round into a 1-on-1. Anger, default bomb plant. AZK is the last man standing with a Galil against an AK. There comes the smoke, so it's obvious where Anger is sitting at right now. Flashes around the corner, and Anger takes the victory with a flash around. That is perfection. It cost them a lot of bodies right there. GX were pretty comfortable losing that round. They had a lot of those SMGs, but they didn't get all the SMG kills in the round prior. I mean, dapr was, of course, just steamrolling people with that MP9. But it still hurts. So they got an op with CZ.
That was great play from Anger there. You see him taking his time around that stairs area, slips into the site around triple. dapr sees him, but it's too late. Anger picks up the kill on DaZeD, and that's where the round begins for Mythic. And to start this round off, you see that pick from dapr, taking down adreN, and now he's rotating over the B site, readjusting that op towards Catwalk, looks like, to get himself another kill. Good thinking here from dapr.
Falls back to Arches. Catwalk passive. The 18 that pushed in through A main and Palace sees nothing, so they fall back into the A site. Mythic want to take a push into connector right now. It's going to be one-dimensional, especially with losing adreN. It's desperate one-dimensional attack. Smoke currently choking them off right now. as GX reallocate their resources heavily towards the B site. DaZeD coming into the window right now as Pollo is bottom into T-spawn. He spots one dome, but Anger is able to find his first.
Now, will DaZeD be able to get anything? He's pushing up to that connector where Lex is ready for him. They have a little good crossfire between Polen and himself.
All right. This DaZed's moment to shine. 2 players here. There's the first peek, but he's far too wide. Lex gets that kill, and that will spring the trap. All the pieces now in motion. A Molotov even towards CT with a smoke and a flashbang as well. They take a little bit of chip damage. That being Swag. The bomb's planted. Swag wants it. Flom rounds the... Nope. Flom plants the bomb and sticks it. Anger holds the corner. 2 on 3. Not too shabby. dapr still with the op, but now with the 1 on 3. Looks for that next kill. Beautiful shot as he wings Flom right in the face. Now rounding this corner, he is the one that has to make the move. Touches the bomb twice, gets double peeked. Well played right there from Mythic to secure the round victory, but it does cost them an additional body to keep the op. But a 2-2 scoreline. Good pace for Mythic, I'd say.
Yeah, that's the exact start you want. I mean, regardless of how many people are staying up, picking up these 2 rounds, breaking to that economy of GX, they're force buying back and back and back. So once Mythic is able to finally stabilize, they're going to get those string of rounds while GX are on that eco. And that's where Mythic can run away with this T side.
Thanks for trying to multitask, Immortal Hades. It's a man after my own heart. He's got the casters open, he's got the streams open. It's just a flood of information coming his way. Look at the damage adreN has already done. AZK is forced deep into the site passively. He'll change spots with dapr. And still there's no real movement. I mean, the fact that Mythic showed face at B is atypical. I mean, you expect the A site to be abused over and over and over again. The fact that AZK does not die here, in fact stays alive, means that you might not have that extra rotator to support a lost player. So they sense that this B site is weak. They push in. dapr's up on top of the platform. He's been spotted by Anger. Here comes the execution through Catwalk, uncontested at that. The CT's relegated back to the market, and they'll hold on while smokes come and choke off any kind of field of view.
And here comes the save. Getting that off out of there. AZK is still a little bit low. Nobody hunting him, though. And you do have those CZs protecting that CT push.
DaZeD against Polen. And it's going to get a little bit confusing with Polen and Pollo. No more of Anger, adreN. Yeah, that's right. Polen, Pollo. Survive for GX there after dropping that round. They save a CZ, 2 pieces of head armor, an ump, and an op. Should be good enough into this round. They'll be able to share the love across towards dapr and Pollo. But Mythic are starting to run away with a little bit, especially with GX piecing together with band-aids round after round this early.
Yeah, you see the force. And now it's getting a little out of hand here as you're seeing Mythic start to finally build that economy. And GX is going to put a halt to that. They are going to start trying to at least manage their economy.
Well, they tried to get aggressive in the Palace to get one gun into a player that didn't have it in his hands. Now Anger is able to take one, almost the second, but DaZeD has the op. Lay down the law here at jungle. He catches a flashbang, thinks that he's crawling through the murder hole, but is stuck halfway through. Commits to the CT side, likely to save, but he could already see the hunt. The posture for Mythic is to chase him down. I doubt anybody's able to make this cross safely without pre-firing this angle against DaZeD. They know he's here. They're looking for the bang through the wall. They know that he's likely just posted up here. Polen squeaks his way around the corner, and DaZeD is trying to fall back. Oh, they line up through, nearly getting both of them knocked down. DaZeD is doing his best to hang on, but Lex gets the drop. 2-4 now. And like we were talking about before this match, I think GX is potentially a better team. They're not as consistent as Mythic, however.
No, Mythic, I mean, how many seasons now they've been playing together? 3 in the MDL League. They've been doing a great job not only building upon themselves, but last season, making the MDL land. And that's what else is there to say than established at that point? Mythic is a top team in MDL, and it's showing right now. GX, a newer team on the block, it may take them a little longer to really get going in this match.
The new metal noise is odd. That's when bullets are passing through some metal surface, right? Makes that clinking noise. I have to figure out where all those happen, actually, because, I mean, for the most part, this whole map is made of bricks.
You hear the new Dust 2. Oh my gosh, if you go and peek long on Dust 2 and they shoot behind you, oh my gosh, it sounds like you're in the middle of Omaha Beach. Where the sound hits the tin wall behind you. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so split push for Mythic. B apartments, mid, possibly connector soon enough. Palace included in here as well. They're looking for that early frag to really decide where this bomb goes, which is still back in T-spawn. Could be a quick snap one way or the other to try and get there before the reinforcements of GX get there, but it is a risky play at that to just try and get one of those opener frags. Lex is on catwalk. He sprays through the smoke. I don't think he had any intention of killing Pollo there. Just managed to tag him. In fact, dapr is now on catwalk at Arches as well. Players now surrounding him. Lex will find that kill as well. AZK doing his best with swag. They have stumped it, but it was merely a ruse. Still a man disadvantage but to get the bomb down.
What a fake. Look at the distance now that GX has to cover on the way back, on top of where could they be. So, at this point, Mythic, they just have to not take any aggressive peeks, use those Molotovs, use those flashbangs, and this post point should be all theirs.
Man, his anger in the odd spot. Or what? He gets two! Unbelievable. He's in the second default behind the triple box right now, and he just holds the line, gets 2 kills. Nobody can burn him out of that hole. And Swag's forced to save. So 5 rounds in a row now for Mythic Reborn, and they keep a double up. For the T side, pick up an AK. There you go. That's a little bit better.
Now, I wonder if GX is going to go back to that 4 spy here. We do see dapr pick up that light armor pistol. His team will most likely follow suit. Not really a hard buy, but they will have money bonus going into next to get their rifles. So GX opting to do a little bit of economy damage. And as you can see on the Mythic side, with the exception of Flom, nobody's really boasting too big of pockets.
Blind as a bat. Dapper is going to try and play aggressive. adreN's coming down the stairs and jumping down with some support. So 1 for 1. All you could really ask for. Now, Swag has himself the AK in support of AZK. They really tried to pinch down on these T's setting up, but Polen will take 2. That is awesome. I think it was in consecutive rounds out of the magazine, one over top of the next. Just Pollo and DaZeD left, but DaZeD at a range can reach out and touch somebody. Not a bad eco round right now for GX. What is this smoke? Look at that smoke from Polen. It's a one-way. He throws that into the crack of the boxes over there. I've never seen that. I mean, you learned 2 flashes today, and I just learned to smoke.
Yeah. I mean, you learn something new every day. Oh, that flash, though. Too bad my team vetoes Cobble. I'm going to make him start playing it. Nonsense.
So Pollo's stolen an AK. He'll hold on to this one. It's DaZeD to push up and search and scrounge. Hey, there's a Molotov out in front of you, DaZeD. Get it. He's already got one, looks like. Throws a molly and a flash and holds on to an AK. Not too bad. Mythic Reborn saved their weapons. Egress out of the site by going towards CT spawn. No further bloodshed for the round, unless it's a mid. I don't think it's going to happen. But this is already a half that could very well get out of control for GX.
Yeah, and now we do see a good buy coming onto GX. Maybe even a double op setup. Yep, Swag and DaZeD both picking that up now. So this is their chance to fight back in. If they don't win this round, unfortunately, they will most likely go on to an eco round, given that they don't save those ops. And Mythic hitting 7 rounds on their T side. I mean, that's a great job leading 7-2. If they're able to keep up this pace, easily 11-4 in my opinion.
Dapper's holding catwalk. AZK is on the B site, which is usually the sites that that is neglected. And so far, you kind of see that. AZK is sitting at 3 kills. And a player like him is wanting to satiate some of that bloodlust, and the B site's the place to do it. It is coming down mid, though. dapr's got his back turned. He's now into the smoke. The T's cross him. Lex turns and peeks that smoke, luckily enough. It's still a 1-for-1 exchange. Now he's picking up a kill, and Swag has a off that's picking off players both in the apartments and catwalk. They have painted the walls red. It's adreN alone 1v3 against 2 ops with no bomb control. He's going to try and stab these CTs in the back, but by the time they arrive and set up shop at the B site, someone's going to be looking back towards the market. It appears to be DaZeD.
adreN there just a second before able to get that kill, and now pulls it into a 1v2. Swag with the op upper B, putting an end to that, putting an end to any chance that adreN had in that situation. And there's that economy that I was talking about on that Mythic side. With the exception of Flom, nobody else really has a great buy. Anger does as well. But that money's just slipping out of Mythic's hands. And that's a testament to how GX has been performing in these rounds. They've been dropping people. They've been grinding away at them. Not winning them, but still just chipping away, making sure that Mythic aren't confidently winning rounds.
All right, there's the first. Pollo's got that one onto A main. They throw some flashbangs in mid as well. So if Mythic feel like they're going to play from behind this round, it could end up biting them. Because right now with DaZeD in connector, with some vision over top of this smoke, he could make a couple extra bodies from underneath. But no, Flom will take the evening of DaZeD down, and it's a 4-on-4.
I hope Mythic go for a window boost here. Yes.
Up they go. adreN gives the old boost to Polen. He's in here now undetected. They want to strike into the A site, and GX might not be aware that they're going to have somebody behind lines. And let's say the front line get in, and they don't even need Polen. Polen catches any rotator, whether they're across CT or across catwalk. It's GX that are in a spot to really get upended. The ace up their sleeve, though, is Pollo. That's up in the palace, a very strong CT position, and he spots one, spots 2 terrorists. He'll take that first one, now opening out onto Flom, but unnecessarily. Now here's what I'm talking about. Swag gets a kill, and here's Polen to try and stop the rotation. It's AZK that takes a good licking, but he's still ticking. Polen now positioning himself back to top end of the connector. A 2-on-2. Bomb still early on in its cycle, and a Molotov to stop off these CTs at ticket booth. Into the site they go. There's dapr, has a molly that'll go to the stairs. Flom's just on the other side of the boxes, and it is dapr to pick up that kill. Now Polen has to make the move to keep him off the bomb. It is being diffused. He tried to spray it through, and dapr survives at 8. Count him, 8 HP. I think GX got lucky on that round.
I wouldn't say necessarily lucky. They did have a good patient retake. Polen did make it very hard there. You see GX, all they had was that retake against the 2 terrorists towards that connector. Flom there, he gets a little bit aggressive with his op instead of playing the time, and that's really where the round starts to whisk away towards GX. And now, with that being said, you see Mythic, 2 CZs, an op, 2 AKs. They're already on to a low force buy, and all GX have done is win 2 rounds in a row.
Right.
One of them was a defuse too.
Right. It's literally perfectly bookended right now with the diffuse and then a round and a round and a diffuse for the 4 GX that they've won so far. They need to get their act in gear right now to stop the bleeding, because Mythic have already set the pace of getting 5 or 6 rounds for their T-half on Mirage. That's all you can really ask for. And the fact that they could pour on even more looks great. They take flashes, no smokes until just now into the A site. Anger's out of the palace, looking for the kill on Pollo, but AZK has a shot. 2 for 3, retake commencing. The bomb's not even planted quite yet. Dapr's just hanging tight. That grenade straight down at him. He'll survive for the time being, making his way over to the stairs. Not enough space for this bomb to be planted, especially for that smoke being off the mark. He can squeak over to the bench side of this and stop it. DaZeD even sees over the top, and the bomb will be fumbled into the sandwich position. Flom in a 1v3, spotted point blank range. He goes for the 360. He knew what was up. He knew he was toast.
Swag actually missed the first shot on Flom, and then had to make a little play to that triple box. Flom misses the shot as well, and you see a little dance of the ops there towards the triple. Fortunately, GX able to pick up that round. Now their third round in a row, but their money's still not great. Fortunately for them, they do have a little buffer of an eco round on Mythic's side to hopefully get them that pad inside their wallets.
Full pistols from Mythic. They run quick right down into mid. It's going to be Pollo to line up some bodies with some support on dapr. It's virtually a crossfire setup, but everybody manages to hold their own. No casualties for GX's side. They make that anti-eco look easy peasy and only lasting 15 seconds, not wasting anybody's time. 6 up.
GX doing a great job now fighting back into this. After the first 2 rounds, we saw Mythic go on that streak, start picking up the pace, start grabbing that form towards the ladder T-Hap. Unfortunately for them, it's fallen off. GX now towards this ladder CT, just finding what they need. Finding that skill, that teamwork to really close out these rounds. And adreN picking up AZK there. Very good start through this round. And now DaZeD. Huge from adreN.
Yeah, they push into the underpass, and it is Mythic that come out of this one handily. 2-0, only chip damage against Lex. They're still fighting over this, but the CTs are split on their defense. They virtually leave Swag alone, but Anger has a beat on him up in the palace. He's toast. Giving some support is Pollo, but I think the round is gone at this point, especially with the Molotov and what utility remains for Mythic's side. There's almost no chance to get back into this one, though dapr does pick up a kill. A 2-on-4 is recoverable, but difficult. dapr's pushing. It's double peaked by pushing himself out a little bit wider through the murder hole. Mythic stopped the 4-round streak for GX.
Look at how many frags dapr has in this first half.
Right? Well, actually, he's slowed down. He had 10 kills in the first 4 rounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think Insomnia made that note early on. I had to make a mental note of that one. So give credit where credit's due. Pollo's pushed up into A main on top of the stairs. He'll be able to catch an advantage here soon enough if anybody goes that direction, but the teams make their way out of Palace. They're trying to split this one north and south between Palace and Connector. They stomp their way up here. It's audible from this point. DaZeD is op. He's trying to line this up. He sees T's all over the place. It's a target-rich environment. Swag's actually going to chime in for the first frag of his own. A little bit of body blocking going on between DaZeD and company of dapr as the bomb is planted. A 4-on-4. Anger's holding the catwalk. The rest of the team starting to set up in their post plants, and do they spread out? By every definition, you have T's all the way back into CT spawn. Through the smoke, dapr will get one. That was an important one. Flash has come across. A 3-on-3, but double op makes things difficult on a retake. Swag is back to A main, and DaZeD is at jungle. What a shot from DaZeD. He was thinking it was just a parting gift. A warning shot saying that they're leaving town. He finally dies. I think after that kill, he felt like there was a chance. Swag seeing that he's legs long to start to round the corner, and he gets locked in the face.
I believe Swag went for that instead of saving.
Well, I think that got baited by DaZed's shot. When DaZeD got that kill under Palace, they said, well, let's go for it.
Well, I mean, even then, DaZeD goes down. Swag pulls out his USP and runs up the ramp, right? Like, that's 2 or 3 seconds after DaZeD goes down. So Swag had the option to save there 100%. He just chose not to. And I really don't like to see that, because now he's got a CZ, a smoke, and a flash. Don't get me wrong, it's Swag. He can do work with any gun. But rather see an op in his hands going into this last CT round.
CZ's aplenty. That's it. 7-8 or 9-6 in favor of Mythic. Regardless, it's a fantastic first half for Mythic. Though they do struggle for those pistol rounds, they are a little better off this season than the last. Might be enough. You hear guns rattling off as 1-for-1 exchange. Pollo and Lex have been traded out. Virtually the supports for both teams, it seems. Oh, I don't know. Who would the support be for GX?
DaZeD and AZK.
DaZeD and AZK? AZK, really?
Yeah, we went over this.
Did we? I have a short-term memory, man. It's awful.
Yeah, we talked about how the 3 main fraggers are going to be Swag, Pollo, and dapr. And then we talked about how DaZeD would be a support, with AZK being the well-rounded player that can assume any role.
Okay. All right. Bomb makes its way into A. It is Swag alone with the solo AK in the team. And it looks like adreN's just doing his best to draw attention to the B site, but they're not buying it. They're even already filtering back through connector. The smoke to choke off top of connector. They have to push ahead of this smoke. Polen's there. He dies. There's an AK now up for grabs. Flum staring at that AK. He's just making sure that nobody picked it up, but instead is dapr that pushes the issue. It's a 1-on-2. Bomb ticking away. With no kit, adreN is trying to round out the corner.
Got time.
He does have time. Swag's holding on.
He's got
3,
it.
2, 1.
You see him bolting up a ramp and picking up that round from Mythic. That's a big round for them. 9-6. They get that spread now. Are they able to get the pistol and extend that lead, hopefully, to 12-6 before that first gun round comes out? Also, if you just hit under belt there, that probably would have been pretty cheeky, too.
Yeah.
And just made adreN run into the site. No way adreN checks under belt because he's running in for the bomb.
But with these new sound updates, I swear there's a new CZ sound at distance. CZ up close sounds like a CZ, but I swear from a distance it sounds different now. I might be going crazy.
All I'm saying is go play Dust 2, go long A, and have a terrorist shoot at you from the long A tunnels to where you know you op as a CT.
Yep.
And just hear
What,
that
passing
sound.
through both doors?
I don't know, man. It just sounds like mortars are going off behind you. It's crazy, the sound that comes out behind you. Literally, it
Having
threw
flashbacks to
Yeah,
Vietnam.
it threw off my aim when I peeked the longer. I was like, what is going on? Are those nades? Is that a bison on top of me? Like, what is happening? But yeah, go check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous, some of the sound updates.
Okay. Now we say Mythic are classically notorious for their pistol rounds. Does the tradition continue? They
Hopefully.
are vastly improved from previous. What is this? These models are all different looking to me too. Oh, gorgeous.
Oh yeah, they updated the models as well.
Yeah, this isn't Counter-Strike. What's going on here? It looks like the developers take care of this game. Pistols aplenty. Lex is the man with the kit. The T's push into the site, find that nobody's home, so they expand off of this one. Lex is at 9 HP. Make that 0. He's looking up from the other side of the ground now. And he's the man with the kit, right? So they have to go into CT and recover that, and it's totally owned by the T's. 2 remain right now for Mythic. It's Anger and Polen, split across between Jungle and Palace. Doesn't even see dapr in time, who executes an AZK up on the next kill as well. So there it is. GX get the pistol round, closing things within 2 rounds at this point now. Do Mythic force buy up? I would expect nothing less.
Let's see. Maybe just light pistols. Maybe they're going for a full kind of economical great buy into that first round. Yeah, they just do a little light buy. They're opting to, you know, mainly concentrate on that head armor and nades going into that first gun round. GX picking up that pistol allows them to come nice and close in tying this up 9-6.
AZK just watched DaZeD get executed from a double deagle out of mid window. I don't think anybody's going to be wanting to chance that one. Just take their odds in a different region of the map. It's deagles, CZ included as well for Mythic. They don't get the armor, but you're getting the firepower to make through. Who cares if you're getting aim punched? If you miss that first shot with a deagle, it doesn't really matter anyway. EX take mid. Mythic Reborn start to float around the map a little bit, shuffling as adreN crosses in through jungle and back to CT, back into the A site ticket booth. We do see Lex up in Palace right now. It's going to be a strong position, but he does have swag to contest with. If he can manage to hide himself, which he cannot do, but he gets a kill. Can he go get that? If he could recover that weapon, it would be so important. But instead, he holds on to the CZ. It seems to be just as powerful as any UMP at range. He's now underneath Palace, and there's no real Molotov to burn him out. The dapr gets Deuce, and it's a 3-on-3. Nice 1D right there from Polen, looking for more kills. 2 men remain for GX's side. It's AZK and dapr, and these deagles are still popping off.
Ooh, is Bomb going to be able to see under the smoke? No, but he is going to go above it here.
There's another kill. 2-on-2. Anger's stolen this AK. As the attention is drawn over towards CT Ticket Booth, Anger's going to try and wrap on this. But even if they're looking at Ticket Booth, they'll still have a field of view on him when he crosses over. P250 against 2 targets, and we got no armor. That's it. GX take that round in addition to the first, and they're likely to take this one.
But I want to say that's a really good eco round for Mythic. Minimal investment, not even armor, right? That's generally what we see coming in on that second round. And what ends up happening is that's usually why the CTs get a lot of kills, is they have that armor behind them. They're not really getting aim punched. But Mythic, not investing that much and able to pick up those kinds of kills, that is huge. Huge.
Let's look at the scoreboard. dapr's at 25 frags.
Right.
He slowed down a little bit at the end of the first half. There's like the first half, at the very beginning of that, he was crushing people, and now he continues to crush people before the economies settle up. dapr is just eating people alive. He's 25 and 11, looking to stack on top even more of that. It's insane.
Really hope he hits like 40 kills before this game ends.
Wouldn't that be insane? Like, he is literally
Regulation.
carrying the team right now.
If it goes to overtime, that 40 bomb is like obsolete in my opinion. But if he gets to 40 kills before, that is just epic.
Yeah, that'll be nuts. I mean, he is absolutely carrying the team. So much so that rounds are still even as the scoreline obviously replicates back and forth. And that just gives him more opportunity to get more kills. Anger's alone at this B side. He's chosen correctly where to defend. AZK is wrapping around, looking towards market, and Anger will just paint the wall with a couple bullet holes and minimal damage. AZK gets the kill. We're 9 up.
Just watching the replay, yeah, Anger's shot before he fully stopped, and that's why I missed the initial shot. I was wondering, just need to watch that replay to make sure it wasn't the game. It was a little bit of movement error there. But nonetheless, Mythic onto that first gun round of this CT side. Are they able to put a halt to GX right now, who are going for that mid control, looking to maybe get towards that connector, get up cat quick?
They've lost Flom in mid. That's huge because this mid control without your offer is dangerous. This is where GX can get really cheeky, and it looks like Polen, initially thinking that he needed to recover something for his team, pushes into connector, trying to peer over top of this smoke. The one at top mid has faded, and so has his now as well. Thinks wiser of it, and will back off. Your defense now split 2 and 2 with adreN and Anger. Guys with the name starts with A, defending the B.
Really like this from GX. To get the initial pick, might as well group up now. Get alert going towards that connector. You see Pollo moving up now. And let's execute on A, where there's most likely only one person committed to the site. You do see the rotate now coming in from adreN, and that is perfect timing. Unfortunately, with that lurk in the connector on Pollo, look for him to do big damage this round.
Flex gets bottled. Gets a kill and a little bit more, and Polen finds an op shot through a smoke. Look at AZK, sees that shadow flying across, and Polen is there left with Anger. Right now split. They are at stairs. Well, stairs has been detonated. It's just Anger left. That almost looked like a run boost off of the stairs. That would have been a T jumping on a CT's head. I might want to see the replay of that myself with how far he got launched into the site. I want to check the vertical on some of these players.
And GX taking that lead now, their first lead of the game, and are they able to maintain it now? We see Mythic back onto that economy round. Are they able to do the same kind of damage they've done in previous rounds? Look at GX's economy, not in the most, not in the best of positions right now. So if Mythic are able to still keep that chipping away, they're still keeping themselves in this game. And Polen with that 1D is exactly what you want to start off with.
That's how they did it before, was that mid-window deed. I don't know if that one came from mid-window, but Polen sees more bodies out here, so he's popping off a shot and taking cover. Just hit-and-run tactics right now for Mythic Reborn, and if they can continue to do stuff like this, and they've got 1 AK in this round, it might be enough. because they're going to need the long legs to take GX far onto GX's side, which they are classically just dominant at. Pollo and dapr getting some kills for themselves, and it's 3-on-2. Still a chance right here for Mythic Reborn to make an effort out of this, especially with another 1D.
Polen's deagle is nasty, and now he's going to hear that bomb going upper B. That's going to give adreN the information to rotate over, and Polen might be able to even get cheeky with a kill here post-plant.
I mean, he's going to be here right as the bomb gets planted. They're not going to anticipate him being here already. adreN could even just make a lot of noise.
Oh, that's
now
huge.
Body's committed. DaZeD is going to jump for the information and see Polen. That's a shame, too. Molotov's up and in. Polen even sees the player at bench side. He's just skirting his way to safety from one piece of cover to the next. It looks like the old Iron Man competition as Polen is going for the long con. He won't take it. 11-9. What was that back in our heyday when we were kids? What was that? American Gladiator. That's what I was trying to go for so fruitlessly. Jump running from one piece of cover to the next.
With taser and the one where the Olympian guy was on top of the stage. Oh, that was a nuts one.
They're shooting tennis balls at each other from
that
miles
was
away.
a sick course. I remember that.
There was laser and all those things. My heroes.
That show is crazy, man. Average Joes versus oh my god, those guys were like mini Hulks.
So that's what I imagined when he was running around that site. So double off for Mythic. Again, this is what teams do. They go for the single off, and if it don't work, they go for double. Flom is in connector, staring down Pollo right now into the underpass. Sees the tip of the barrel as well. Pollo jumps up onto the high end of this, so he knows players are down here, likely calling for maybe even a flashbang, but nobody's in the window to deal with any of that.
Oof. Flom does tag DaZeD. He gets out with the HP there, and he's going to go back for that one way towards middle. See if he can hopefully get something again.
Oh, the timing's just off. I don't think he even saw dapr, but if he held that angle or even got into that angle a little bit earlier, he would have spotted players at the top end of mid. And it's really going to come down to Flom just getting in gear with his op. I mean, the team as a whole is fragging together. They just need to do a little bit more. Because if everybody frags a little bit more, these rounds are in Mythic 100%.
Well, imagine if everybody was fragging a little bit more on the GX side.
Yeah,
Not
even
only
a little
dapr.
bit, yeah, right?
This could be a blowout, right?
There's a molly in. They're burning alive. They're blinded. Throw smoke at their feet. So that'll at least choke off the molly. Pollo's going to be first in, and he dies. Molotov's to the back end of the site. The CTs are getting bodies. And adreN has all day to dial in on DaZed's forehead. And it's 10-11. The first round victory for Mythic comes when GX change things and go B.
Yeah, that was a great hold from Mythic there. adreN and Anger, the duo from Team Dynamic coming together once again. Phenomenal B hold from them. Not only that, they kept 5 people alive in that round. That is huge as well. Mythic allowed to do a little bit of economy boost to everybody's economy. They're keeping everyone up. And that might be what they needed to get back in this game.
Swag takes down Lex. Oh, what a flashbang, though. Polen comes out, but a little bit too wide. He gets one kill. adreN don't pull the trigger. I thought he was going to shoot Flom in the back. Flom even blocking his angle a little bit. Yeah. See, that was adreN pushes ahead a little bit rather than staring at the backside of Flom. It prevents that. So 3-on-2 right now. adreN's still in the same spot, staring down the site. They're looking for one of these GX players to push and over-aggress, just like they did on their pistol round. If they take the site virtually for free, they'll try and expand off of this. Considering they have the man advantage, maybe that would be warranted, but what a nade just comes in. That's going to knock Anger down at 66, and taking the duel against DaZeD is no good. dapr gets shot in the back. It's all about the flanks and connector right now.
Yeah, adreN once again with that save. Not going to go for it. Good choice from him. He's going to bring that into next round. Hopefully they're able to recover. Maybe we'll see a force buy come out from the Mythic side, who now have been money reset. So regardless, you're looking at a double save. If they do double save here, they are able to get M4s right away. And that's because they were able to keep 5 people alive on the one round they won. But we do see the force buy come in now. And let's see if Mythic's able to stop GX right here.
Saving that one off. Is it going to be enough? Or does it just bait them into bottoming out their banks? You're right. Keeping all 5 players alive on round 6 when they won that one was all fine and dandy. But adreN, can he chamber another? He no-scopes dapr. That's massive. When you put your queen on the board in a vulnerable spot like that and it comes up huge, dominating the playing field looks so good. 5 on 2. This could be another perfect round for Mythic.
See if Pollo has anything different to say about that. He has a Molotov and a smoke. I'd like to see DaZeD smoke off the connector, and Pollo maybe Molotov spawn here, and then they can make a little bit of a play towards that spawn and clear that area out. Because I do think if they opt to go towards that connector, that's where they're going to bite the dust.
Pollo's got a molly. Where does he throw it? That's going to go to jungle. Nobody's there. Sells out their plans. It's going to be pretty telegraphed at this point. They don't need to make the move. The bomb's been handed over to Pollo. That was DaZeD's last will and testament. And it's a great round from Mythic. But my, oh my, is that an aggressive way to play. An op into underpass on a peak to the stairs, and you get 2 players? That's not going to happen again.
Or will it here? We do see adreN with another aggressive spawn. No, he's gonna go B.
I mean, we've been talking up dapr. He's at 28 kills right now. adreN's hot on his heels at 22. adreN has been fragging hard in the past couple rounds. GX are going to be trying to play over towards the A site. Flom's got that first one. His Lex with his automatic UMP catching a dink and now down to his USB will be routed. But all these smokes are just choking things up, making them awkward. There could be a pop flash through. Polen can't see anything. He runs to the safety of the smoke. I'm surprised nobody has finally died. And adreN comes up. The 50. No, it's awkward. No ammo.
Big from adreN there. AZK running out of ammo. adreN picking up those 2 kills, I should say.
All part of the plan.
Now Mythic have tied it up, taking that lead that GX just got a little taste for. Took it right out of their hands, put it right back onto their plate, and now Mythic looking to eat up the rest of this match and finish up 16-12 as we do see GX go on to that eco.
I say all part of the plan because that M4 was sprayed through the smoke to try and stop the bomb planter and ended up dying and forfeit over to the T's. So there was only 7 bullets left in the magazine. It's just, it ends up saving his life because it was so dry. But GX on pistols here could be Mythic to recover. Polen on 2, Polen on 3. Has trouble transferring over to the 3rd player, but they're oh so close. Making it oh so easy. Perfection, again, from Mythic. When it rains, it pours.
Is GX going to be able to pick up an op here? No op on the field. 5 AKs. Double versus the double op setup from adreN and Flom. See how this round starts off.
adreN and Flom are the offers. adreN headed to the B side. Flom at mid right now. Trying to hit something through the smoke. But GX put a lot of their eggs into the Palace basket. And Lex is in the middle of nowhere. He gets one. He's still in the middle of nowhere, but he gets a dink against dapr. And a falling target for Flom. He'll take an additional 2 on 3. The bomb's been forfeit into the site, but still some utility to play with. Oh, they just threw their last piece, that being a smoke, just to recover the bomb. Swag's at the bottom end of the stairs to try and watch the cross of jungle and connect. Basically, each player needs to hold their own. Swag has done his part. Can DaZeD do his? Back off, I say.
I like this here. They're moving back towards that B bomb site. Maybe they're even going to go for a catwalk up or even towards that middle to connector. Either way, GX doing a really good job here of making Mythic guess where they could have gone.
I'm surprised to see Anger and adreN split.
Well, it's more so just where adreN's positioning is, right? He's in a really good spot to watch that sight cross anywhere close to connector. He also doesn't have to worry right now about getting lurked on by Swag, let's say, who would still be stairs if he did push up into the connector. Anger, on the other hand, was playing in CT spawn, so if they do push or make that play, he's able to fully fall back and wait for his teammates. So both players in really good spots, and I think they may have heard something.
They did.
Over at the B.
DaZeD and Swag heard the smoke over to the A side, so they know, if anything, it's a 1-on-2, but what a shot from adreN. Now it's DaZeD around the corner. A missed one. adreN trying to deal with this at point-blank range. Ring around the Rosie. They trade spots. Still DaZeD alive with 7 seconds. Anger takes the duel. Whew. He threw the Molotov onto the site. Didn't necessarily need to take that frag. Maybe he felt like he needed to save adreN's life. 14-12. Mythic finding some success with 4 rounds in a row. GX are again reduced down to pistols and would have to just yield out the 15th.
And especially because of the last 2 rounds, they didn't get the bomb down there. So what would have been, you know, say $1,600 in their pocket, well, that's non-existent there. And you see that forced by that low buy come out on GX. And that gives Mythic this great opportunity now to hit 15 rounds.
A snap and a pop is all that's left of Pollo and AZK. They're just pushing through smokes into disadvantageous positions. And like we've said, when Mythic win rounds, they win them quite handily. This will be the potential third perfect round, and they've had 1 round prior that nearly went to 5 survivors. What a little damn swag! Almost broke a tooth gritting so hard on that one. That was disgusting. He's got 3 players left. I still don't think he could pick this one up, but that was filthy. He's now, I mean, I think someone talked about this, maybe it was Renato, about how Swag 1-digged him once through from catwalk here on Mirage into window as like a drive-by.
Yeah, I don't think it was me, no, but I definitely remember something like that, I'll tell you. Nonetheless, Swag, some nice deagles, not able to pick up the round, but a little bit of, you know, a little hope, I guess, for the GX side, picking up those 2 deags. Makes the team kind of erupt, gives everybody something to smile and laugh about. Maybe that's what they need here, as they are back against the wall, hard-pressed. They got to win out.
They've gotten a good consecutive round on the T side before. Polen playing ring around the Rosie, around the triple box. The Molly's at his feet. He's able to quench the flames, and Flom, while blind, is able to turn on Pollo. It's now DaZeD and dapr. They catch one player out in the middle of nowhere being Flom, but Polen will get a molly kill regardless at 2 HP. DaZeD alone, 1v3 to 1v2, and Polen hanging on by a thread could get bottled, but the CTs hold bomb. With 1 minute and 12 seconds, DaZeD has all the time in the world to try and come up with some strategy to fix this problem.
Look at this post plant setup, okay? So now, right now, you have Polen watching. If DaZeD makes for the jungle play and tries to come up towards connector, he's going to get cut off by Polen there. DaZeD does come up through the connector now. You're going to have adreN, who's anchored in the halls, opting towards that stairs play if DaZeD opts to make it towards there. So a good setup here from Mythic. Let's see what happens.
Like we said, both teams playing only 1 loss apiece. They're looking so good. This molly, if it went a little bit higher, actually could have bottled Polen. It's not going to spread, but it does give away DaZeD's position. With 25 seconds, he does damage to adreN. It's possible. He's got bomb. Can he make it to the B site?
Yeah, he can. He's gone. He's making it. He's there.
He still has to cross. I mean, Polen could peek out here and catch him on cap.
No, he's too scared. Doesn't have the HP. Oh!
Run, DaZeD, run.
DaZeD is going to win this.
You say that.
Got a Molotov as well. He's going to win this.
There is a smoke to counteract if it lands on the bomb, but it might be used just to get their way in here. Polen and adreN trying to find now their solution to DaZeD, who is at 99 HP. And he's got this dialed in. There's the smoke out. He takes the first. Now it's just Polen at 2. He throws the molly on the bomb. Polen has the smoke, though. He's picked it off of the body of his teammate. Does he stick it now? DaZeD out wide, thinks that he's on the bomb. He sprays across Polen twice. Polen returns fire. He's now on the bomb with 3 seconds, 2 seconds. DaZeD is out of ammo. He's on the clock.
Oh my God.
Mythic win it. 16-12. Oh my goodness. A stiff breeze would have killed Polen right there. He manages to evade all the AK spray, all the Glock spray, and Polen finds a way.
Oh my God, you hate to see it there. DaZeD, unfortunately, not able to spray and hit Polen, who had 2 HP with that entire AK clip. Also not with that Glock clip. Oh, you hate to see it there. Mythic, like I said, they were poised to pull off this win, and they did it. At the end there, I don't think they did it convincingly, though. A full defuse in a smoke with 2 HP. I mean, could you get the gods on your side anymore? That was, what a finish.
If you looked at the wall behind Polen, there's going to be a CT crouched as like an outline of bullets on the wall. 100% on bench. Like, he did evade a little bit left and right. He even returned fire. And then he stuck back onto the bomb after that.